Head here, body here, nails, teeth, skin. And now saying it silently inside you 5 times. Now bringing awareness to head here. So sensing into the top of your head, into head here. And so just as a way to help us in with each part, I'm going to describe its function, its definition, the color, the shape, the location, and then there'll be periods of silence to just penetrate in more to head here into each of the respective parts. So head here are thread-like outgrowths from the skin of mammals, thin, flexible shafts of hardened cells. Here is a protein filament that grows through the skin from deep within the dermis. Here can be divided into 3 different parts: the bulb, the swelling at the base, which originates from the skin, and 2, the root, which is the hair that lies beneath the skin surface in a protective follicle, and 3 is the shaft. That's the part that we see, which is considered the part of the hair above the skin. Head hairs are constantly shedding and being replaced by new hairs. Every 2 to 3 years there's a replacement of new head hair. On average, a human scalp has about 100,000 hairs. The function of head hair? To keep the top of the head protected and for temperature regulation, and also protection from ultraviolet light. The color can be blonde, brown, gray, red, black. The shape can be like a lawn of grass. The direction pertains to either above or below the waist, and of course head hair is above the waist. The location, protruding from the top of the head. The delimitation, it is bordered by the face and the back of the neck. Head hair. Just sensing into head hair. And of course, just like any of the other mindfulness practices we've been working with, if you find that you've just wandered off, come back, head here. And so let's gently now shift to body hair. And body hair, as well, is a protein filament, grows from the skin and follicles. It's a thread-like outgrowth from the skin of mammals, thin, flexible shafts of hardened cells. They're constantly shedding and being replaced by new hairs. For example, every 3 to 5 months, there's a replacement of new eyebrows, which consist of 450 hairs. It's said that in an average person's lifetime of about 75 years, a person will grow 2 meters of nose hair. The function of body hair is to keep the body protected and for temperature regulation, and also for the reduction of ultraviolet light exposure. Body hair can be brown and black, blonde, red, gray. It's shaped like a lawn of grass, though of course some areas there's more hair than other areas. Body hair is found both above and below the waist. The location protruding from the skin all over the body. Some areas, of course, have finer hairs, some thicker hairs, some with few hairs, some with many. Body hair is bordered by the skin and the space around it. So many different types of body hairs. Arm hair, leg hair, pubic hair, underarm hair, on the chest, on the back, and the buttocks, the toes, the feet. So many different places, fine hairs, thin hairs, body hairs. So many different hairs on the body. Facial hair. Many places. Body hair. And now let's gently shift to nails. Nails pertains to both fingernails and toenails. And they're made from a tough protein called keratin. It's the same as animal hooves and horns. Nails are a horn-like structure located at the end of fingers and toes, forming flat plates. Each nail is composed of a root and a body. The root fastens the nail to the finger or the toe by fitting into a groove in the skin, and is closely molded to the surface of the skin. The only living part of a nail is situated inside or underneath the skin. Nails act as a counterforce when the end of the finger touches an object, thereby enhancing the sensitivity of the fingertip. The average growth is 1 milliliter per week. A fingernail or toenail takes about 6 months to grow from base to tip. Its function: protect sensitive skin areas, useful for cutting and picking up things. The color of nails is mostly clear unless they're painted. The shape is like fish scales. The direction found both above and below the waist. The location in the fingers and toes, and bordered by the fingers and toes. Nails, fingernails and toenails. We'll also just mention that sometimes it might be helpful in your own investigation to actually feel the part if you're able to. Nails. And now let us shift to teeth, to sensing into teeth. Teeth are 32 bony, calcified projections in the jaws, serving as the organs of chewing. Each person has 2 complete sets of teeth during our lives. The first teeth are the primary teeth, and they're lost generally around the age of 14 and are replaced by permanent teeth. There are 20 primary teeth and 32 permanent teeth. The function of teeth to break down food, to cut, chew, and tear like a pestle and mortar. The bottom teeth are used more for the grinding of food, and the top front teeth are mainly used for biting. The color is white or yellowed. The shape of teeth is various shapes, including incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. The direction, of course, is above the waist, the location in the mouth. The delimitation, rooted in the gums in the mouth. Teeth. Just being mindful of teeth, what might arise. Teeth. Now let's shift to the last part. We'll work on skin. The skin is the soft outer cover, an organ that forms the outer surface of the body. There are over 4 million pores in the skin, and yet within 1 square inch of skin, 1 square inch, there lies 4 yards of nerve fibers, 1,300 nerve cells, 100 sweat glands, 3 million cells, and 3 yards of blood vessels in 1 square inch. Humans shed about 600,000 particles of skin every hour. So we've been here since 5:45 times 50 people. Every square inch of skin on the human body has an average of 32 million bacteria living on it. The function of skin, it shields the body against infection, dehydration, injuries, parasites, and temperature changes. Skin provides sensory information about the environment, manufactures vitamin D, excretes salts and small amounts of urea. Skin provides a relatively dry and semi-impermeable barrier to fluid loss. The skin acts as a water-resistant barrier, so essential nutrients aren't washed out of the body. The color can be black, brown, yellow, red, or white. The shape, it's like a big bag of grain that takes the shape on what's inside it. The largest human organ is the skin, with a surface area of about 25 square feet. The direction of skin is found both above and below the waist. The location all over the body, from face to feet to fingers. The delimitation is bordered by head hair, body hair, nails, and teeth, and space itself. Skin. So sensing into the skin, you can feel it on a more global level, just being investigative of the skin areas, and the face and head, the body. How, of course, with the various orifices that the skin crawls underneath for a bit. So just sensing into skin. gently withdrawing from skin. In these last few minutes of practice, let's bring our awareness into our hearts with a little bit of loving kindness for this body. As we've begun to work within the body, head hair, body hair, nails, teeth, skin, all of these parts of the body. And this body, of course, is this vehicle that we live within in this pathway to greater awakening. As we get in touch with the body, beginning to recognize the body as it really is, with loving kindness, with compassion, we begin to understand the true nature of the body. And of course, we need to care for this body so that we can work within this practice to awaken. May we be at peace. May all beings be at peace. And all beings, they have their own bodies, human bodies, dog bodies, cat bodies, ant bodies. All these different kingdoms of life living within their bodies. May all these bodies, may all these beings, may they be at peace. So this is a time for walking practice and also...
Thank you for listening. To learn how you can support the teachers and Dharma Seed, please visit dharmaseed.org/donate.